Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish?
Today, we're counting down our picks for things celebrities have said or suggested that made us question their intelligence. We will be leaving out racist and sexist comments, as that is its own list. Number 10, Demi Lovato. Pop superstar Demi Lovato got into a vicious social media feud with a frozen yogurt shop? Yep, Lovato visited the Big Chill in Los Angeles and found, much to her consternation, a series of sugar-free and diet options. According to Lovato, who has battled eating disorders in the past, the experience was, quote, triggering and awful.
Do better, please, and labeled it #DietCultureVulture.
The Big Chill didn't take the attack lying down and publicly rebuked, saying that the yogurt was offered for those with dietary restrictions. Lovato's initial comments received a ton of backlash, as did her public fight with the yogurt shop. It was all quite bizarre. Number 9, Jaden Smith. In 2013, Jaden Smith went on a surreal Twitter rant against the education system. Some of the best quotes include, "If newborn babies could speak, they would be the most intelligent beings on planet Earth." And, "If everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society." And keep in mind, each word was written with needless capital letters. If only there was an institution that taught us how to use proper spelling and grammar. Number 8, David Beckham. On March 4th, 1999, Victoria Beckham gave birth to the couple's first child, a son named Brooklyn. Shortly after the birth, Beckham reportedly claimed, quote, "I want Brooklyn to be christened, but don't know into what religion yet." Alright, we get the idea of what he was saying, but he shouldn't have used the word christened. Christening is a form of baptism, and as the name implies, it is often associated with Christianity. Christen, Christian. See, Dave? Number 7, Sienna Miller. Sienna Miller was primarily known as Jude Law's fiancée, that is, until he famously cheated on her with his children's nanny. Hoping to move past the scandal and build her portfolio, Miller starred in a movie called Factory Girl, and to help promote the film, Miller sat down with The Guardian's Simon Hattenstone and said a really stupid thing in the process. Miller claimed that her main vice was smoking, but that, quote, "the more positive approach you have to smoking, the less harmful it is." No, that's not how it works. To her credit, Miller immediately calls her statement irresponsible. Yeah, that's certainly one word for it. Number 6, Carl Everett. Carl Everett was a 2-time All-Star and won the World Series in 2005 with the Chicago White Sox. He was also a very controversial figure, whether it was fighting with the umpires, spouting homophobic remarks, or denying the existence of dinosaurs. During an interview with Sports Illustrated, Everett argued that we can't trust in the existence of dinosaurs because they're not mentioned in the Bible. Meanwhile, we can trust in the existence of Adam and Eve because they are in the Bible and, quote, "someone actually saw them." He proceeds to argue that dinosaur bones are man-made constructions, just to make his statements a little more head-shaking. Number 5, Paris Hilton. Is Paris Hilton putting on her air-headed personality for the cameras? Yeah, probably a little bit. She crafted herself a media empire and has made billions of dollars through various business ventures. Yet, she doesn't know that London is in the United Kingdom. During a legal interview regarding a nightclub fight, Hilton was asked if UK publications had reported on the incident. She answered, quote, "No, there is stuff in London." Her lawyer, Larry Stein, was then required to tell her that London is in fact in the United Kingdom, prompting Hilton to respond with a curt, "Whatever." Number 4, Tera Reed. Sharknado is a smart movie pretending to be dumb. Tera Reed's comments about whale sharks are, well, just dumb. The actress appeared on Discovery's Shark After Dark to talk about the movies and the fish, and she stunned the audience with some confounding remarks.
Tera Reed famously said, they asked her, like, "Oh, doing Sharknado, what did you learn about sharks?" And she was like, "Nothing."
To her credit, she soon realized that mammals and fish cannot procreate. Number 3, Elizabeth Hurley. Marilyn Monroe has been regarded as a sex symbol, and while we can think of many words to describe her, fat would not be one of them. Who calls Marilyn Monroe fat, you may ask? During an interview with Allure magazine, Hurley infamously said, Quote, "I'd kill myself if I was that fat." There are all sorts of things wrong with this horrible quote, including the very insinuation that Monroe was a larger figure. Number 2, Kim Kardashian. On October 31st, 2011, Kardashian filed to divorce Kris Humphries after just 72 days of marriage. She then spoke to The Guardian about the split and compared her situation to an 18-year-old girl living with cancer. Kardashian stated, quote, "The cancer taught her a big lesson on who her friends are and so much about life. She's 18. And I was like, that's how I feel." Her comment was seen as particularly tone-deaf and self-absorbed, regardless of how well-meaning it may have been. Number 1, Mark Wahlberg. Wahlberg was scheduled to fly on one of the 9/11 planes but changed his plans and left a week earlier. He was asked about this near-death experience during an interview with Men's Journal, and Wahlberg gave one of the all-time dumbest answers. According to the actor, he would have fought off the terrorists, presumably by himself, and then landed the plane safely. Not only is the comment far more embarrassing than heroic, it's also wickedly offensive to all those who lost their lives that day.